What do you think of that, Jordan?
Actually, that's pretty good. It's pretty crafty. People do that with the Nis Hunter unit, but I like the idea of Sam and the Devil Dogs because it's pretty cool hitting stuff with pickaxes.
Yes, pickaxes are fantastic. So, I will look into that because I've been looking for more fun ways to bring. And doesn't Murdoch like make the unit a Signar unit?
Yes, that's why he's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All kinds of fancy benefits. Plus, they get to dig in once a game.
Oh yeah. You know, no, I remember reading on about Murdoch, and then figure like, who would I bring like with him? Like that sounds awesome, but who would it be effective with? Now I know. Now I know. Thank you very much, Witch Hunter 10. Those other 9 Witch Hunters, they got nothing on you. Nothing at all. RPGs are awesome. You can talk about slaying innocent orphans with a smile on your face. I'm a DM too. Yes. Oh yeah, and also because I've been gone, I haven't been able to DM at all. So we need to get back into the Crimson Throne and have people die. I might actually have to. Okay, so our last adventure, I don't know if I've been able to talk about it actually, but we got almost everyone dead. Like I killed a little halfling. It was unfortunate. I did like these massive AoE damages, and the halfling just couldn't withstand it, and she died. And then I also killed, I got down to like 4 or 5 hit points, like 3 other members in the squad. Got them almost unconscious. It was great. It was fantastic. I will endeavor to do so again. Because why not? Why wouldn't you want to kill your entire group and make them wipe? You're not a DM because you want them to succeed. You're a DM because you want them to fail. Otherwise, you're just a crappy DM. Makes it too easy. It was funny because the session before, they're like, oh, these mobs are too easy. I was like, oh, just wait. Just wait for that boss. One of my members in the party just picked up a paper and wrote 31 AC on it. Apparently he bought a tower shield and is getting some other unique items, and when he levels up, he'll be at 31 AC. I'll just have to summon some like CR 40 god and kill them all in one turn. That'll teach him. That was hilarious. He's just like... Now you guys have to figure out who actually plays with me. It's not Jordan. He's not in a lot of videos though. He usually likes to be out. What else? Watching you paint, Dan. If you get a brush protector off a GW brush, slide it behind the lid of the paint pot and it'll hold it open nicely for you. Actually, I've just been throwing crappy paint brushes. You just throw the paintbrush in between, like that, and it opens up. And I read this before, and I'm doing it now, and it's really useful. It's great. I guess the paintbrush protector would also work and it wouldn't be so big and crazy, but it's like a crappy paintbrush that I bought off like Michael's. I never really used at all, except for like washes. So I really don't care about it. Not that getting a bit of paint on the edge of a paintbrush would do anything really to it anyways. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I know it's annoying, eh? When like you see something that could be done just so much easier and better, and you're like looking at them and you're like, ugh, no, you need to just if you would just move a little to the, and then do the, you're messing up again. And it's painful to watch when you know better. So I appreciate the helpful comments because I am one to just, put it this way, I play all my competitive video games on a laptop. I paint with super old brushes and super old paints with really no experience or training or anything. but I have fun. But I do all of it not at the highest of qualities, but up there. In school, I always didn't do my homework and rarely studied. Oh, that was in high school though. High school, you can kind of get away with it more. Sorry for those of you guys who are in high school. I'm basically encouraging you not to do your homework. No, do your homework. Not because you need to do your homework, but because when you get to college and you need to do your homework, you'll have the correct habits in place. Like, because first year university, everyone says is the hardest, right? Like, if you've heard that, first year university or college is the hardest, wrong. It's the easiest. It's so easy compared to the other years. But people find it hard because they're so lazy from high school. They did the minimum work, barely did anything at all, and then when they get to college, they actually have to work, and it gets hard. And they fail classes. And nobody's there to be like, oh, it's okay, you can retake this test, because nobody actually cares about you because you're an adult now. I mean, they care, but they don't like mother you. And so do your homework just because you need those habits for the rest of your life, basically. Hello. Are you wondering what I'm talking about? Nope. Who I'm talking to? Nope. Chris is poking his head. Oh, you want to see it? It's here. Come, Chris. Come look at it. That looks pretty sweet, eh? Ho, ho.
It's hard not to bust into a Jabba that, eh?
I love Jabba.
That looks great.
I thought so. Now I'm gonna how am I not gonna ruin it by painting it?
Once you slap some metal on there and stuff like
that's really all that's left, eh? Paint the cockpit, slap some metal on there, and it's basically done.
You're done.
Nice and simple.
You did it, and like you got color transitions going on. I mean, like it's hard not to hold this thing and make little sounds.
Dude, make the sounds. Make the sounds. That's what I did. I ran around my house the other day. I was like, and I was just like running around. Everyone's like looking at me weird, and then I start like jabbing my finger into their side as I'm shooting them. My sister wasn't too happy.
You're like daka 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 daka.
Yeah. It's more of a daka 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 daka. This is the super shooters, and then the big bomb. Actually, no. There's no sound from Obama because they dive bomb. And they let it go at the last minute. So there's no like whistling sound from their bombs. Yes.
Terrifying.
Yes.
Probably louder than what I did though.
Yes. You probably.
I'd imagine these sound like just like the Stukas from World War II, because they almost have that same shape. The wing, the swept wing, like how the wing curves upward. Because the Stukas did that too. But the Stukas had a little rail under their wings when the air brakes, and that's what made that sound.
Oh, like how can I not buy another one then?
No, you have to buy another one and do it a different way.
Yeah, maybe like a blue one. Or no, maybe. I almost want another. I almost want another red one, but with like different kinds of lines on it.
Yeah, do different kinds.
And then maybe get two more. Ahead. But that's all my fast attack. I love my fast attack. I love my storm boys and my bikes, and my death copters aren't that popular, I guess, for me.
It's annoying me, man. Your base is right. There we go. Sweet. Oh, this thing's so sweet.
Do it the other way.
Oh, the other way?
Because then he's like looking down instead of up.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, they both work.
Oh, so sweet.
Yeah. Oh.
There. And it looks good too. Your barrels are drilled out.
Thank you. I said, Chris drilled out my barrels for me.
Drilled out your barrels.
Yes. There's no innuendo there. It's just he drilled out my barrels. That's all there is.
Drilled out the old barrels.
You gotta turn everything around, don't you? This guy. I don't know how they did things in Sault Ste. Marie. Down here in Welland, do things a bit differently. Dang it. I have to buy like 4 or 5 of them now. I want them like an apocalypse game. I just want like 10 of them. Just like run up and just harass all the super heavies. Although you can almost bring them as the Apocalypse equivalent now. They're about the same size. They got their flying base. And now flying bases are probably going to be more available, like on eBay as well, if you want to buy them separate. For like if you're making your own conversions kind of thing. You can have a nice base. Knee pads go all silver. He's got tons of armor, but I'm leaving it most of it blue on these sword knights just to make the painting job easier because I'm lazy like that. And I've already, painted, primed, painted, hard coated. Lots of them. I love how I say ard like an orc now. I can't even say it like human being. I wrote down truck the other day. I was writing down truck. I wrote it down on a piece of paper in a sentence, and I don't know what it was involved. It was like a couple months ago. But I wrote T-R-U-K-K instead of C-K, because that's how orcs write it. And I was like, what? How? Really? It's like for those of you who speak more than one language, like our European friends, as if I hope you get the experience to be actually immersed in another language and be able to speak it on a somewhat regular basis, at least for a little bit of time. It's because first of all, you learn so much. Your pronunciation gets a lot better. Your grammar gets better. And if you get the opportunity to think in another language than your own, or dream in another language, that's so fun. It's so you're like, what? But then there's the experience when you go back to your main language that you've known your entire life, and you know that language way, way better and more, coherently than the second language that you learned, or third, whatever, for you geniuses out there. But then you're like, how do I say that in English? I know the word in Spanish. The word in Spanish is in my head right now. And I obviously know the word in English, but it's just not coming into my brain right now, because your brain works very efficiently and it doesn't always retrieve more information than it needs, because then it would jumble and confuse you. And so your brain learned blah, blah, blah. See, now my brain doesn't work fully like it should. Normally, yeah, it just fetches the information that it needs to, just like a computer, and then outputs it, through your mouth. In body language, subconsciously or consciously or whatever, just like a computer. And so your brain, you need to communicate this idea, and your brain grabs the information, brings it out for you, but it's in the wrong language. You're like, oh, stupid brain. Who programmed you? And so then you're sitting there thinking, and then your brain doesn't know how to find that other word immediately, because it already fetched it. And so you just have to think a while, and you have to, it's like circling around what you need to get. So you have to think of something else and almost reset the algorithm, and then go back and think of that word, and then it'll come immediately. Or sometimes if you just sit there and think for enough, it'll come. But it's more, if you notice, if you're trying to remember something, you almost have to, and if you're really thinking really hard, you're not so much thinking really hard, you're trying really hard to clear your brain and reset your brain so it'll come quick. Ever notice that? You're like, oh, I need to remember this. What is it? What is it? And you just sit there and you're trying to think and you're trying to think. And sometimes, you think of other things to remind you, to lead you. But it's all about, I think of this thing, which is connected to this, which will lead me to that. It's never directly to it. If it doesn't come directly, you can't get it directly unless you completely wipe your brain out of what it currently is so you can get to it, or you can connect another pattern that'll lead you to it. It's really weird. Human brain. Confuses me, that's for sure. Then again, lots of things confuse me. Aaron Mint. I played the new D&D 5th edition beta thing the other night, and I never played before. It was one of the best things I've ever done. I did, however, manage to roleplay through an entire orc fort. Apparently it was a pretty difficult area. Good job. Killing orcs. Even though orcs are my friend. I forgive you this one time. I guess I'm really only half orc, which means the orc race would actually reject me and try to kill me. On the rare occasion. No, respect. No, I painted the wrong thing. Well, that's why I have blue paint, to paint back over the blue. When I first started painting these, I used like navy blue or something like that. It's not like ultramarines blue. And I had like an ultramarines blue paint. And I was like, oh, that's fine. I'll just paint this over if I mess up. And I'm like, oh, it's a different blue. And it's somewhat noticeable. Oh, and I was like all worried. And then randomly, this other blue showed up on my desk. Or we were cleaning up. And I like found this other blue called Enchanted Blue. And Enchanted Blue, well, it wasn't used very much. It was a full pot. And it's really like nice. Like it's nice, smooth paint, goes on well. Everything's great. And it's almost a perfect match